Streaming every week. Oh, it wasn't live. I thought it was live. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. 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 What? Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. 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 Okay, I'm back. I thought I was live earlier. Apparently I wasn't live. What's up? Live streaming every week. LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Is where you find me. Pleading the fifth. We're gonna give up on you. We gotta come up with a new song. Alright, let me go ahead and get off of there. Yo, we back at it again. Been doing some work in the background. You guys, I thought you guys could hear me. All right, we're back. We got the dude from the Frontier airline flight, the MMA jiu-jitsu guy, whoever it was. We got the Thumb is back. Who else is around? We got Craig Jones. We got, what else we got? We got some other stuff too. Let me just jump into it, man. I know how you people be acting. I remember when I first started streaming, people would be like, get into the story. Talk about the story. Like, as soon as I would start, get into the story. They didn't know it was a whole show. A 3-hour live stream, people wanted me to get right into the good stuff. Right at the very beginning. That's like when you go to the movies and you want to get to the action right at the beginning. That don't make no sense. So let's just get into a little bit. Oh, not that. Come on. All right, there's the guy over here. So, Frontier. There's no more Spirit Airlines, so you're going to have to fight on Frontier from now on in Southwest. Yo, Spirit Airlines had some good fights back in the day. Had some good fights on there. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that? I feel like you guys can't hear that. Nope. I know you guys can't hear that. Give me 1 second. It don't want to work now? Technology for you, bro. Technology, you were working yesterday. You don't want to work right now? All right. The technology said it don't want to work right now. Technology, you're supposed to be working for me. Let me try that one more time. Let me know if the audio sounds weird, because I need you guys to tell me, because I have a different audio than you people.
Airlines flight from San Juan, Puerto Rico to Chicago, Josh Longgood remained calm.
I just didn't want anyone to get hurt, so it was my duty to do that. I could tell he was heavily intoxicated, and who knows what else. Yeah.
The former professional MMA fighter and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt immediately jumped in to subdue who police later identified as Juan Reyes. Moments earlier, he's accused of trying to open an emergency exit mid-flight. Reyes attempted to urinate on the bathroom floor, enter the cockpit, and choked an off-duty flight attendant, according to his arrest report.
I just grabbed him, restrained him as safely as possible, kind of just really put him in his row and laid him down, kind of framed against him, controlled his hands and his feet.
Chill out, girl.
Reyes was eventually able to slip the plastic
dang.
hand restraints.
It was just like holding down a kid throwing a tantrum. I kind of like tied his legs up with my legs and controlled his hands.
Longgood says he held Reyes down until the plane made an emergency landing in Miami,
He just
where
wanted to have a
local
worse day.
police came aboard.
So I was joking. I was like, we're going to be like best friends after this, bro.
So far this year, the FAA has investigated 687 unruly passenger reports. Aviation expert Robert Sumwalt says opening a door at cruising altitude is extremely difficult.
Because of the pressure inside
Now
of the
imagine if
airplane
all these
itself, it is pushing against the
police
doors
officers
and the
trained a little bit well.
and the latching
Imagine if they
mechanisms
could
to make
restrain
it
you instead of
physically
shooting you.
impossible to open a door or a window in flight.
If you were in the situation again, would you do it again?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I know I'm capable of doing something like that. I know that I can do that and help people be safe. So.
And Longgood says while wrestling and mixed martial arts has been part of his life for a long time now, this is actually the first time that he's used his training outside of the mat. Now, as for that unruly passenger, he was charged with battery and could face FAA fines of more than $40,000.
Y'all remember when Tex Johnson got put off the plane? Shout out to Tex. Let me play that. That was pretty funny. Shout out to my man Tex. So you gotta that's the clip of a jiu-jitsu black belt stopping someone on the plane. Now we're gonna watch a jiu-jitsu black belt being stopped on the plane. So we got everything over here. I know Sarah be wearing her bonnet when she fly. Sarah, you be wearing your bonnet when you be flying? Where's the video at? I want more of a full video. Oh, here we go.
We begin with a
You guys be acting up. Sarah says she don't be wearing her bonnet on the plane. Yeah, dream world where the police de-escalate and inflict as little damage as possible. Yeah, well, you know what? You need training. You need training to do that. Now, if you only have about 2 days of training, you're gonna pull your firearm first. But if you got some training, let me de-escalate this. Let me not hurt this person. Let me make sure this person gets home safely. Well, some of you people be trained the way some of you people train. You guys you'd be killing people in the mat. So, ideally, people would learn. Okay, life is precious. Okay, let me not end someone's life on a whim. Let me not chase people down. Oh, they stole a bottle of water. Okay, let's let them have it. Listen, I ain't chasing nobody for no bottle of water. I ain't chasing nobody for no material item. Oh, they stole the car. All right, I ain't gonna chase them. Oh, they took the iPhone. Oh, well, okay. What's up, Mr. Jones? What if Gordon took the water? I hope he can drink the water. Is he able to eat and drink stuff? I mean, isn't water supposed to be free? We over here charging for water. You know what? You didn't have to pay for water back in the day. You just drank out the water fountain. It takes 2 years to become a licensed masseuse and takes cops 3 months to get a pistol. Wow. Well, that's in America though. And, if you go to Europe, 4 years. They take about 4 years to become a cop. 3 or 4 years in Europe. He taxed the water. Gordon can't run. That's true. That is true. Has anybody ever seen Gordon Ryan run? I never seen him run before. I never actually seen him move fast before. But maybe you can. Let me watch text real fast, y'all.
fighter accosting a flight attendant and threatening to fight a man.
20K lifetime.
Most people just want a relaxing flight. What happened here? We'll tell you.
People were defending that
but first
20K
watch.
lifetime membership.
Hey, folks, if you cannot find that space, just turn around.
Either you call the cops, and I'm calling the cops on you, and I'm hiring a lawyer, or you're... Don't touch me. I did nothing wrong.
Sit down, man. Sit your ass down.
Yeah, get to it.
Southwest Airlines. See, that's why I don't fly these airlines.
Hit me! Loser! You're trying to somebody kick this loser! He's a loser! Oh, you're fighting me!
Oh, that's true. He did move
He's
fast.
trying to fight me! You're a loser! You're a loser! You never did this!
Tex, you knew you weren't supposed to be up in that person's face like that. Standing on the chair. You got the grandma flight attendant.
Assault! Abuse!
Tex said the old lady was assaulting him. I like this part.
I'm being treated like a black person right now.
That was actually pretty funny.
Oh,
right,
man.
That was pretty funny.
I mean, a lot went down there, and we've got to unpack all of it.
That was a good
okay?
movie, Texas Buyers Club.
It was a lot of verbal, quoting Donald Trump,
That was
loser,
a good- that was
loser,
a good
repeatedly,
line.
and then the altercation
That was
escalated,
a
if you
good
will.
line right there.
The mixed martial arts fighter known as Tex Johnson recently flew into a rage against a black man sitting behind him on a Southwest Airlines flight from New York to Atlanta. A lot of things going on with
They
Southwest
caught him
lately.
going to Atlanta?
After physically threatening the man, dropping multiple F-bombs, Aaron Johnson, 33, was ultimately kicked off the flight by some fierce female crew members who managed to wrangle the Brazilian jiu-jitsu
I'm not
star
sure what look
during
Tex was going for, but
mid-boarding. I mean, usually they tell you to keep it moving, put your bags up, step in. We don't want to hold up the line. This, no reason to even make that statement because he was going to do what he was going to do. All right, there's more.
that was pretty exciting right there. Craig, I think we do got your Playboy article. We'll probably read that a little bit. Viewer discretion advised. Somebody sent this to me. Was it Sarah?
Excuse me, sir. Sir. Gi or no gi?
All right, so gi, but I'm better in the no gi. Apparently, that's what people tell me.
What's your favorite submission?
Loop choke or Kuzovo cradle.
Okay, nice. And what's the biggest impact jiu-jitsu's had on your life?
I was born on the mats. My parents own a school in Florida. We train at Atlas. Like, I grew up in jiu-jitsu. I stopped going to school because of jiu-jitsu. Started making money because of jiu-jitsu.
You stopped going to school because of
Stopped
jiu-jitsu.
going to school because of jiu-jitsu. I do online school every now and then. You know, I'm supposed to be doing online school,
Sound
but I
like
pretty much
Joseph
stopped
Chin.
going to school.
Is this college, high school?
High school. I'm a junior.
Wow.
Oh,
You
God.
decided to go at such a young age all in into jiu-jitsu. What was the factor that made you say, I'm going all in?
After I started winning my first little tournaments like Naga and New Breeds and I started getting a belt, I was like, yeah, I really love winning, but losing sucked, you know?
Do you like winning more or do you hate losing more?
That's actually a good question, you see? Because I
Yeah,
hate
you were
losing,
purple belt.
but I love winning. I think I love winning more. Losing's really bad.
Well, you didn't lose today. You took home the gold medal at Worlds. What do you think contributed to your success today?
When I came on the mats today, I was like, there's no way I'm going to
Is
lose.
he
I want it
juvenile?
more than everybody. Being the youngest in the division, I'm 17 years old. I'm still juvenile technically because I turned 18
You have
in
not
December.
missed
I
the
was able to
thumb.
make,
We
the finals of
have
Worlds
not
and
got
Worlds
to the
at 17
thumb
years
yet.
old As a purple belt.
Through all your years of experience, winning at such a young age, what is one lesson you would pass on to the next generation of
Yeah.
grapplers coming up?
Once
You
you
made
win a
it,
lot,
bro. You
and then
made it.
start losing, it's really the worst.
CP
thing
said he's
ever.
going to be in
Then you go
Playboy
back,
too
you're
now.
like, I got to go back and I got to train again.
In those moments when
for
you
his
don't want to
academic
train, what
research.
gets you to get out of bed and keep going to the gym?
I remember saying, is it this or world champion? Would I rather eat this candy or would I rather be world champion? So it was
you
those
can
small
eat some
details that
candy
made it big
and be a world
details
champion.
to make me world
Look
champion.
at Kyle Terra.
Amazing, man. And I'm sure it's so special having your family, your friends, your teammates surrounding you. How was that today, having all of them here to support
You
your
can
win?
eat some
It
candy.
was honestly amazing.
How
You know,
you
it's-
got a carb
everybody
load
made
so you
part
can
of your
win.
story. You know what I mean? There wasn't one person who was here that did not help.
It's amazing, man.
He's going
And
to
what
put
is
his
your
academic
name?
research.
My name is George Fernandez, better known as Josh Jones.
George, last question. Do you follow Push Press BJJ?
No.
Yes, I do.
What the hell?
There you go.
They gave him $5. Now he should have gotten his GED. You know what? Stay in school. That's my advice. Whenever someone's like, "Hey, should I quit my job and do this full time?" No, stay in school. Stay in school. The GED is good, but listen, you're never gonna get that time back in school. You know, Mush. There's Mush right there. Get a job. He need to go. He need to stay in school, Mush, first. Yeah, stay in school. You know, have those experiences. Go to prom. Yeah, get your high school diploma. Take your SATs. Whatever you need. Stay in school so you can become a doctor like CP. CP said don't stay that long. CP said don't get your PhD though. Yeah, if you're a young person in jiu-jitsu right now, stay in school. I'm going to post this on my social media. Stay in school. Alec tells you to stay. That's my public service announcement for today. Stay in school. Listen, you're not going to make any money in jiu-jitsu. Stay in school. Mush says get a job. CP says don't get your PhD. Stay in school, y'all. Stay in school. Sarah thought I was joking about people being uneducated. Sarah, people can't read. Sarah, didn't you see the social media post where people couldn't read? They can't even pronounce silhouette. And now I'm not the best reader either, am I? Melky's BJJ College. Yeah, that wasn't actually a real college. Yo, where do you go? I go to BJJ College. Some of these people need some real college or something, bro. I mean, get something. Get a trade degree. Get something, y'all. Jiu-jitsu, it's just, I don't know what the future is going to be. You can have a future in jiu-jitsu, but you're going to have to sacrifice everything. Mush said you can win and have a job. At least, was he purple belt? Juveniles. Well, it is getting tougher. I'm not going to lie. Gracie University. It is kind of hard to win, but listen. Even when you win, that's the only money he got, that $5 right there from Push Press, whoever that is. I know some software. Listen, that's all the money he got for winning worlds. You don't make any money. IBJF won't give you money. ADCC won't give you money. CGI will give you some money, but, they're on break for a little while. Otherwise, you're forced to go to UFC. And who wants that? CP says a master's degree is good enough. There we go. Mush says a bachelor's degree and some professional certs. Yeah. You should never go all in like this. Even if you're the best athlete in the world, nothing's guaranteed for you. DeVry University. Mush said go to DeVry. Now, I want you guys to go to an accredited university or program. Yeah, that's true. You're gonna have a limp. You can't be limping and be uneducated. Listen, you guys gotta like prepare yourselves. What's the matter you? You guys gotta prepare yourselves. He says, can you pull up the thumbs for LinkedIn? I need to find his LinkedIn. Now, some of you guys, let me find the thumbs LinkedIn. What's his real name again? What's Harvey? Who's Harvey? Which Harvey are you talking about? What's his Jonatas something? What's that dude's name? Give me 1 sec. I gotta log in my LinkedIn. Oh, it's already logged in? All right. What's his real name? Okay, thank you. Weinstein. Did he have a degree? Now look at that man. That man looked pitiful in jail. Well, I'm surprised he's still around. So, if you work hard in jiu-jitsu, you can have a where is he? I'm trying to find him. Oh, here he is. If you work hard in jiu-jitsu, you can you can become a let me see his background on here. Is it on here? He kind of changed it. PhD student at Cobrinha HQ. He did have his master's degree at Gracie Baja University. Yeah, Craig, he is the highest paid moral compass. Yeah, we're cooked over here. So he's got his PhD at Cobrinha HQ. Now, I don't remember Cobrinha giving out PhDs, but he changed his stuff around. He is the chief executive officer at Atos Jiu-Jitsu, Zurich. Yeah, he changed his education. He says he's got a doctor's degree in sports business management from Atos HQ. from Professor Galval. Professor Galval gave him his CP. He's got a doctorate degree too. No dissertation though. CP says all 5 years and 300 pages of dissertation for nothing. You could have just gone to Cabrinhas or Atos. What's the black lady? Chantel. What's the girl's name, Sarah? What's the girl with the fake? Mush said he took time to create a LinkedIn page. I have a LinkedIn page. Craig, do you have a LinkedIn page? Nothing's on mine. I wonder if Craig got a LinkedIn page. Mush got a real job, so he actually does have LinkedIn, probably. This a waste of time. He didn't need to make a LinkedIn page. How do you say her name again? Cheyenne Bryant? Yeah, Cheyenne Bryant. Let me find her LinkedIn. I will look for her LinkedIn. Bro, anybody, you can put whatever you want on there. He sat down and thought about this. Yeah, well, you know, this man's kind of crazy. Drysdale. I want to see if her comes up. I don't see her on there. That's her, but I don't see her. Yeah, I don't see her on here. All right, let me go back. You're a internet mogul. I'm not sure. You could. There's if you put it in ChatGPT, like my Brazilians, it'll pop up something. Yeah, Sarah said it. Let me listen to Kevon real fast.
Eco. CLA, no equal. Eco. People say same thing, not same thing. Cousins, not twins. Who invent this? Eco. Not me. Not Greg. Nobody. Humans watch humans and write down. Big brain
people. You guys got to teach your
people.
classes like this.
Rob Gray, Carl Newell, Keith Davids. Books. Research. You no teach. No. We guide. We constrain.
Gordon,
we help.
Craig got a LinkedIn.
We teach. Student no raised by wolves.
Did Gordon?
Muscle
I know
memory.
Gordon didn't finish school.
No.
Did he get his GED?
Muscle stupid. Muscle no remember. You reinvent wheel. Forget everything from past.
I'm not saying you guys got to be good at school, but you know.
We no forget. We use knowledge. Make practice better. Big difference. Eco games. Eco made for jiu-jitsu.
When you do echo,
made for
that's
movement.
how you start talking. When you do echo.
Tennis. Baseball.
When you do ecological,
MMA.
you thought like a
humans doing human things. Constraint. What constraint? Want wrestling?
He wrote. That's
Start
true.
standing.
Did anybody read his
Want
book?
escapes? Start pinned. Want passing?
Maybe I'll read it on here one day.
It possible.
If it's legible.
Like problems. No.
I'm gonna sound like this.
Games?
I'm gonna sound like Kevon.
Why games? Because fight
it is true,
is
Sarah.
game. Jiu-jitsu game. Match game. Everything game. Reps? What about reps? Need reps.
This video's too long.
Lots of reps.
Kevon, this video's
empty
too long.
reps. Monkey rep
This video's
bad
too
thing.
long.
Monkey get good at bad thing. What actually happens? Athlete see. Athlete fail. Athlete solve. Athlete
Yeah, you
fail.
No, he
Athlete
might sue you,
solve. Athlete adapt. Coach smile. What's CLA? Create problem. Guide solution. Athlete adapt. Everybody think new and revolutionary. Been happening forever. Hope this helps.
No, it didn't help.
Eco. CLA. No equal.
You know what? Ecological people just can't teach, bro. They just can't teach. Why don't they just say, hey, I can't teach? That's what if you do ecological, just say, hey, I can't teach. I can't teach. If you do ecological, just say you can't teach. Problem solved. Hey, I can't actually teach you anything, but I can show you some fun games. Shout out to Kevon. You know the Gracie's jumping in on the airline debacle thing.
You guys have to see this. A flight from Puerto Rico to Chicago, and a passenger tries to open the emergency exit door in flight, risking everyone's lives. Who shows up to help and take full control of the situation? The jiu-jitsu guy. Listen to what he's saying.
You gotta turn around like this. He's strapped too tight.
They still teach private.
He's strapped.
Yeah, but you gotta pay for private lessons, Sarah.
Zip ties,
you gotta pay for classes and pay for privates.
Fully capable of neutralizing any physical concerns and taking control physically. He's
Silver
also
Fox.
bringing a high degree of empathy to the situation. He knows this guy's probably suffering a mental health crisis, and he knows this guy's probably having the worst day of his life. So he's trying to protect the guy and not put the zip ties too tight. This is what's amazing about jiu-jitsu. Full technical ability to control a dangerous physical situation, but to do so with the highest level of love and care, and that's what's most impressive to me. So when people come to me and they say, Henner, I don't need to learn jiu-jitsu, I'm a lover, not a fighter. You have it all backwards. The biggest lovers are the jiu-jitsu practitioners who are capable of overcoming violence with non-violence and the highest level of compassion. I don't know who this guy is, but I would love to be connected with him, and I want to invite him to do the Safe Rap Instructor Certification course for free, because I want to amplify further his ability to overcome violence with non-violence, to fight fire with water. And for those of you who are on the jiu-jitsu fence,
I think the blindfold already knows how to do the gift wrap.
It's time to learn jiu-jitsu so that when a situation pops off,
I think he already knows how to do a gift wrap.
You have the choice to intervene because you're trained rather than being a sitting duck with no knowledge and no ability. Learn jiu-jitsu. And you don't need much, you guys. You need just the basics. Go to GracieUniversity.com. We have certified training centers all over the world. 10 days free. Tell them I sent you. We got your back, you guys. Gracie Combatives. 36 techniques and you're good to go. You guys have to see this. A flight from Puerto Rico.
Oh, look what I just saw right there. He says, I wish this guy would have been on my flight. Now, you know that dude, Tex would probably fuck up that dude. Tex would fuck up that dude. Tex would have had a little bit more trouble if he was fighting that jitsu guy on the plane. Oh, they included Tom Brady on there? Oh, we might read that a little bit later. What else was I supposed to do? Hey, marketing. Speaking of jiu-jitsu and being lovers, remember the tournament? Remember the tournament I just came back from?
Heel him over the back. Heel him over the back.
I don't think we said anything against Tom. Well,
What the fuck was that?
See, Tom Brady's wife was doing private lessons, Sarah. See? Yeah, look at this. The gentle art. The jiu-jitsu people they're just people, man. I believe somebody was eye gouging too. Yeah, so I mean, I don't really trust jiu-jitsu people at all. Speaking of trusting jiu-jitsu people, we got the thumb over here. Now, I'm not sure why he's got the tape over his mouth. Maybe he heard us complaining about him breathing too hard in the microphone. He does breathe pretty hard. He's a mouth breather. He does breathe a little too hard into the microphone. Jigoro Kano Jigoro Kano would disown all these people. He would disown the Gracies. Did Jigoro Kano, did he write about the Gracies at all? Or was he just like, man, these Brazilians are crazy over there? So anyway, we got the thumb wearing his tape over his mouth. He need to put the tape on his nose too. Now, if you guys don't know who the Thumb is, he's the only supporter of Andre Galvao. He's kind of a fanboy kind of. I met him a long time ago. He was at Cobrinhas where he got his PhD at, and then he switched over. He had to get some tenure. He moved over to Otto's HQ. His professorship, he had a fellowship at Otto's HQ. So we're going to see what he's saying. I believe he is trying to sue someone, BJJ Girls or something like that. I believe, wasn't he trying to do the Otto's Pink and stuff like that? This guy's a little crazy. So let's watch him breathe with the tape on for a second, and then we'll move on. Okay, now he's getting a little hot. He's got to take his jacket off. Oh, wait, he's putting the jacket back on. He's pulling the tape off. Okay, I don't know the purpose behind that. He's got sleep apnea. Okay, why did he do all this? He's been focusing on merch. Has he? That's what people do. Yeah, he got sleep apnea.
Quero deixar aqui marcado que eu peço desculpa a Atos Internacional, à Associação Atos, ao meu professor André Galvão, à minha professora Angélica Galvão, à Atos Associação e a todas as mulheres que se sentiram ofendidas porque eu não segui o protocolo da Atos. Eu deveria ter seguido. Mas eu errei, fui moleque, não cometi nenhum crime.
Let me read what he's got to say. He says, I, Donatus the Thumb, hereby address with respect and sincerity to Otto's HQ, to the teachers Andre Galvao and Angelica Galvao, to Otto's Jiu-Jitsu, Otto's International Association, and the entire female jiu-jitsu community. That's Sarah right there. Recently, a video taken from my stories without permission, which is, when you post things to social media, you don't really own. You might have some rights to it, but you can't really control the video no more. When you post something online, to social media, you don't really have control of that no more. Now, there are some rights you might have, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to really. What kind of court are you gonna go to deal with that? So recently, a video taken from my stories without permission and out of context has caused repercussions and interpretations that cause discomfort, indignation to various indignation. See, I can barely read too. To various women, regardless of the circumstances, the context in which the video was produced, or the different interpretations of its content. I acknowledge that its release has had a negative impact, and especially on women in the jiu-jitsu community. What did he post? I don't even think the Galvaos like this man. They're like, man, this crazy mofo. The thing is, they need all the allies they can get, mush, even the crazy ones. For that reason, I offer my sincere apologies. Everybody from Atos is apologizing for something. Sincere apologies to anyone who has felt offended, disrespected, or affected by the incident. My goal was never been to attack, belittle, or disrespect any women, athlete, teacher, or member of the jiu-jitsu community. Nevertheless, I understand that the intention of the speaker does not eliminate the impact on the recipient of the message. This apology does not constitute recognition of any crime, discrimination, or unlawful conduct. Where's the video at? Sarah, did you send me the video? So he did send a formal statement to, what is it called? BJJ Girls? BJJ Girls Mag. Okay. For unauthorized use of content, defamation, invasion of privacy, and coordinated harassment. Okay, somebody just sent it to me. Let me pull this up. You guys know I be multitasking. You didn't send that to me? Somebody sent it to me. Oh, okay. I see it now. Let's see what this man posted, bro. Social media is probably the worst thing to ever happen to us. Here we go.
Disso aí é que eu descobri que as feministas não são peludas, já tá tudo lisinho, papai. Não tem mais como chamar ela de cola velcro, ficar colando velcro lá não, agora é só deslizando, vai deslizando, 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 vai deslizando, deslizando. Ai, oh meu Deus do céu, velho. Obrigado, meninas, pelas risadas. Foi bom conversar com vocês aí. Faz tempo que eu não discuto com a doutora, mestra em direito, e ela pede pra sair. O mais importante disso aí.
CP, what did he say? He need to put a shirt on. He need to put a shirt on and put that tape back over his mouth. Put that tape back over. What did he say? Well, you know, that's the thing. What did he say, CP? We need CP to translate for us. Let me see what someone said over here. Yep, drop my phone. Someone said, "Is this your auto-safe map program?" So when you got crazy allies, my phone go. Yeah, when you got crazy allies, they set you up. And you know, he'd be saying the wrong things too. CP says saying some really misogynistic stuff about women who consider themselves feminist. Which is funny because he lives in Switzerland, which I'm assuming, you know, when you go to Europe, they got a lot of feminists over there. So if you start offending the feminists, you're going to be in some trouble over there. One of the comments said, sexism in sports has always existed, but in BJJ, it is even more pronounced due to the sport's origins, the Gracies. In addition to being a highly corporate sport, once a practitioner attains the black belt, I'm not sure if it meant corporate or, yeah, it is. They meant corporate. Once a practitioner attains the black belt rank, they become practically untouchable on the mats. Sexist, racist, and homophobic remarks remain common in jiu-jitsu. But I am glad to see pages like yours bringing these incidents to light. So, you know, jiu-jitsu black belts aren't better than most of you. Oh, never mind. I take back what I said about Switzerland. God dang, Switzerland that behind? They only passed women's suffrage. I remember you telling me that in 1990. God, dog, Switzerland? What's wrong with Switzerland? Don't translate it. It's fine. All right, let's see. So that was the thumb. We saw that already. You know, we got... So when I say people stay in school, that doesn't mean you need to open up your own jiu-jitsu academy, you know.
21 years old, and this is what my afternoons look like. After a morning of paperwork, I headed over to Planet Fitness.
They're voting to limit the population.
Today's upper body workout was centered around rehabbing some of the nagging injuries that I've had over the last few years. So my primary focus for now is just building stability so I can return to sparring. Then once I got home, I made a quick little protein shake post-workout. Then after I gulped it down, I headed out so I could run some errands before going to work. First, I had to run to FedEx to pick up some papers that I ordered. And once I had done that, I headed over to Walmart to pick up some dry erase markers for the whiteboard that I installed this last weekend. I spent about an hour cleaning the mats, and then it was time for class. I started off with a private lesson where we worked on escaping turtle and getting our guard back. Then we moved on to regular kids class where we talked about what guard is. Today's game was focused on staying in our stance, which helps with our guard passing later on.
That's a rough
Then we
kids
finished the
class.
night with the great adults class where we covered some back takes and back attacks. Once I got home, I decided to hop on Overwatch and I got clapped. Make sure you follow if you want to see more. I opened a...
They can't wait to get you out of there in Switzerland. CP, they're trying to get you out of there too, CP? CP got that marriage citizenship. He's good. Let's see if there's anything else I cared about. Soldier Boy tells baby mama to call Drake after she claims he blocked her and her rent is due. Y'all stay away from these baby mamas. Says when your baby daddy got you blocked and rent is due, where child support at? Uh-oh. Now if Diddy was around, she would be okay. If Diddy was around, she would be okay. The rent would be paid. Now I still have not seen the Diddy video with the Joy Love or whatever her name, cause Sarah keep jumping on me every time I think about looking at it. I still haven't watched the Diddy video. Is it worth checking out? Anybody? Sarah, every time I think about it, Sarah pop up. Sarah pop up, and I'm like, you know what? Let me stay off of that. It says Cassie, Cassie says she has left the USA and does not plan to return after receiving approximately $30 million. Now, if you make $30 million, you might want to go back to the Philippines or wherever she's from, Thailand. That $30 million is about $300 million over there. 300. I forget what the exchange rate is, but you should go. Yeah, if you got $30 million, you can leave and live like a king somewhere else. Now, I don't know if you want to go to Switzerland. You might have to hide it in a couple bank accounts. So if you need some help, you can talk to CP. He can help you with that.
It's not really a question, which is interesting. Gi versus no gi.
Yeah, I'll ask you something else. Is that okay?
Yeah,
what is push press?
You've
over
been
here
in the game
everybody
longer than almost anyone else I've interviewed. What is the difference between jiu-jitsu when you first started and jiu-jitsu now?
That's a good question. When jiu-jitsu first started, it was mostly seen as a kind of self-defense or fighting-related art, and everything was done in the context of what would work in a real fight with striking. Now, jiu-jitsu is much more separated from its original fighting roots into a specialized grappling style. So the distance between fighting jiu-jitsu and sport jiu-jitsu is much wider. But also, this has come with things like professionalism in the sport, like young grapplers now making livable money, which was not at all the case when I started. If you wanted to make money, you had to go into mixed martial arts. Some people see it as a curse. They think it's a bad element in jiu-jitsu, but it's had positive effects on young athletes now. They can go out and make a serious living in the sport without having to go into mixed martial arts.
They're not making that much money.
It's kind of good or bad.
Amazing. A lot of serious athletes follow you and listen to your advice. What is the difference with a world champion and someone who's just an average competitor?
Really, it's going to come down to skill acquisition. Like, what is the depth of your skill? For a competitive athlete, it's about finding some kind of competitive advantage
they're not living well,
so that you can stand out and distinguish yourself. You've got to have something which makes you different from others, and the depth of the skill base that you've created around yourself. There's nothing magical about it. It's just who's done a better job of acquiring and structuring their skill set.
That's amazing. And if you could leave one advice as the last advice you could ever give, what would that be?
Like 4 people?
I think it's kind of a weird
if you own a school, some of the guys
that
own schools are making
life
money,
never makes us go in that direction. We can offer many forms of advice. But for jiu-jitsu athletes, I would suggest to them the idea of, instead of seeing your coaching program as just an athletic program, see it more as a research program. That was really one of the main tenets of my career. And ultimately what makes you gain some kind of competitive advantage is to identify what you're doing as part of a research program.
Amazing. I love how straightforward you are. Can I be straightforward with you?
Is that true?
What is the legacy that you want to leave after you retire?
Was that true? Is there a video on that?
I don't think that you should say I want a particular legacy. If you are going to have a legacy,
a lot of UFC fighters work in
otherwise you
Uber,
kind of pigeonhole yourself into a story ahead of the events.
Bartending,
bouncing. So I just do what I do, and people talk about it in a positive or negative way. That will ultimately be your legacy.
It's not what you say; it's what they say.
In some degree, yes. Yeah.
John, thank you so much for your time. It was an honor to meet you.
Yeah, most of these guys, Mush gonna say just get a job. I gotta agree with Mush. Just get a job. Uber Eats, yeah. And Victor Hugo, one of the biggest and best grapplers. I believe they waive the fees, and I believe they do get paid, Mr. CP. Now you don't choose your hours when you go and work for IBJF. You're gonna be there all day, 12 hours, whatever, on your feet. You're gonna be there all day, 12 hours on your feet, having people yell at you, but you're going to get paid. I forget how much they get paid, and I believe they do waive the fees. Let's see. Poor Gutenberg. I feel kind of bad for Gutenberg and for Andy Murasaki. They just can't get the win. They be in the finals. I believe they do. CP. I believe they do. Now, it's not easy work. It for sure is not easy work. And you only work on the weekends. So you're not gonna be you're not gonna have any time at home. So that does kind of suck.
Máquina, agora aquecer os motores aí para essa semana. Provavelmente vai ser o último treino que eu vou fazer, mas um treino bem tranquilo. Eu vou treinar muito forte. Treinar agora, para dar uma movimentada, ajustar as últimas coisas assim que eu tenho em mente e treinar um pouco à noite também. À noite eu vou fazer mais uns drills de judô.
He needed to just go for judo.
Vamos que vamos.
Well, Brazil's really good at judo. Never mind. He ain't gonna make the judo team. Oh, did he? I don't remember him saying that. Got some good taste in music, though. Saif, now, no matter what Saif does, Lucas Lepre gonna post a highlight reel. No matter what Saif does, Lucas Lepre always gonna post that highlight reel. He always got that highlight reel ready.
CC Atlanta, and there may or may not be footage of me preparing to instigate, but this fight was started by people that weren't even competing. If you're a coach, fan, parent, whatever, you shouldn't want to do anything that's going to take away from your athlete's moment. Because now, nobody cares about what actually happened during the match. They're only talking about the chaos that ensued afterwards.
Oh, was that real?
You can be supportive without being a problem. By now, everybody's seen the fight that broke out at 8.
I didn't think that was real, bro. You got Neymar. He started jiu-jitsu. I think he got a stripe on his first day. Is that real? I don't know if that's real. Is that real? CP would know. CP says Mergali's gonna fight Felipe Pena. Now, they should have done this. Didn't they fight before? In Negi a long time ago? Man, nobody really want to see these people fight. Who are you talking about? Oh, it was real? Neymar, he's at the what, he had ACL surgery? He's at the tournament. He's at the World Cup, right? Who was I about to look up? Oh yeah, remember when Neymar's hurt? I think he's healed. Listen, they got that man healed up. He's hurt again? Don't say that much. Let me look that up in a second. Mergali versus Pena. Nah, who really wants to see this match? They should have done this match about 5 years ago. They should have done this match 5 years ago. We don't really care. It's gonna be. I hope it's gi. Who do you want to see, that gi or no gi? Somebody sent me something too. You guys know I be multitasking. Let me see. That looks like AI. Let me save it. I'll come back to it. Mush says that Neymar, is Neymar hurt? Let's look it up real quickly. How'd he get hurt again? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Neymar already got injured not even 48 hours after getting called up for the World Cup. We really thought we were getting one last dance, and instead we got one last injury. Three things in life are certain: Anthony taxes and Neymar getting injured when it matters the most. Neymar is always playing life in survival mode.
I can't watch Gen Z videos.
Neymar's World Cup build-up has hit another bump. And honestly, Brazil fans have every reason to be nervous right now. Neymar has suffered a calf injury and will miss Santos' upcoming matches just weeks before the World Cup. Reports from Brazil say Neymar felt discomfort during training, and scans later confirmed swelling in his calf muscle. Now the good news? It's not being treated as a major injury. But here's the problem. This keeps happening. Neymar has barely managed a consistent run of games over the last 2 years. First the ACL injury, then fitness setbacks, and now another muscle issue at the worst possible time.
I mean, getting old, bro.
Santos are expected to rest him completely before Brazil's national team camp begins.
You don't think?
The club doesn't
who
want
you
to take
got,
any
Mush?
risks before the
I know
World
you're
Cup.
not gonna say America.
And let's be real, when Neymar is fit,
Who you
Brazil
got,
becomes
Mush?
a completely different team. But the
You think
question
Portugal
now
and
isn't
Argentina
talent.
again?
It's fitness. Can Neymar actually stay
Portugal?
healthy through an entire World Cup campaign? That's the concern. Because Brazil don't just
Maybe
need
I'm
Neymar
thinking about
available
live
for
streaming.
one
I won't be
game. They
I won't
need
be able to
him
afford to go
sharp,
to the
explosive, and
games, but
match-ready
maybe I
deep
can
into
live
the
stream
tournament.
outside the venue.
And right now,
'Cause
nobody
we got,
can guarantee
we got
that.
some matches here in
Neymar
Atlanta.
has never hidden how badly he wants a World Cup trophy. This could realistically be his final shot at it. So
Oh,
every
the
injury
African
scare
brother?
feels massive. Brazilian fans are hoping this is just a small setback.
Was
and
it the
nothing
U.S.
more.
or Switzerland that
Early
kind of?
reports suggest he could
It
return
must
to
be
training
U.S.
soon. if
Why
recovery
do
goes
they?
well. But until Neymar is fully back on the pitch, the anxiety around Brazil's World Cup hopes is only going to grow.
I think it's good for football. Messi,
guy's
Ronaldo are
Brazilian?
back. So Neymar also needed to be back. So very good. We
They,
love to see
they
it.
found a gringo in Brazil.
Que sofreu pressão para convocar e convocou, deixando outras pessoas que mereciam mais do que eles de fora. Eu acho que houve um circo muito grande armado na apresentação dos convocados ontem. Você vê que todos os países, 48 se não me engano, só o Brasil fez aquela palhaçada toda.
What do you think? Can Neymar stay fit and finally lead Brazil to another World Cup title?
Ah, man, Neymar, that sounds like me out there. You got Cobrinha with his new son, with his real son. Sorry, Kennedy. Rasta Beach. I didn't know you had a Rasta Beach. That's where the gringos go. Oh, okay. Cobrinha with his son. One day, I hope one day Cobrinha will embrace Kennedy like this one day. There's Kennedy. That's an old one though. Kennedy, you need to win gold so your dad can be proud of you, bro. Somebody challenged Gable Stevenson.
Gable!
It's true though.
You promised!
Yo, I did promise you you're the fucking guy.
Yeah, let's go make it happen right now. Let's go, on the street, let's go.
Right before your match.
This'll work.
Gable!
We got Spencer Pratt. Some of you guys might be voting for him in LA.
Taxpayer-funded teeth for meth heads. While Nithya Raman wants to ban grills outright, my other opponent wants to get shiny new grills for drug addicts. It's the most quintessential Karen Bass policy, another cosmetic cover-up that fails to address the rot beneath. In a way, this reveals the most perfect allegory for the city of Los Angeles.
How many people who are unhoused that you meet have no teeth at all? They don't have teeth. Why? Because meth rots your teeth.
On the surface, Karen's pitch seems lifted straight out of one of my father's office brochures. She asserts, you can't succeed without teeth.
You can't succeed without teeth.
Well, that's objectively true. Everyone with an IQ hovering slightly above room temperature had the same reaction. It's not the teeth that's holding them back, it's the meth.
Reaction to that, though, was why isn't the mayor doing more to address the meth use in the first place?
Karen Bass was rightly mocked for this absurd program, but her defense of it was very revealing. When Angelinos pressed her on the insanity of giving meth heads new teeth instead of treating their addiction, she defended it by saying, we already paid for it. Think about that. We already paid for this boondoggle, so we may as well just double down. This highlights the fundamental problem behind all of Karen's bad ideas, treating your tax dollars like monopoly money. When it's other people's money for other people's stuff, neither cost nor quality matters. Our city leaders truly see your tax dollars as theirs for the taking. They funnel it to their friends with zero oversight nor accountability, and they all profit off of our collective misery as our city falls apart and your quality of life sinks into the abyss. Here you are, slapping your phone alarm at 5 a.m. every day, sitting in traffic, working long hours, paying your taxes, and if you crack a tooth or need some veneers after grinding down your teeth from stress every night, you're going to pay $10,000. But if you were simply to quit your job and do meth every day while defecating on the street, Karen will give you a new set of chompers for free. Hey,
You don't
why
have a
not?
plan, he's
It's
just
not her
attacking
money,
her.
it's yours. We're done with chasing
And he's
good
not going
dollars
to do
after
anything
bad.
differently.
We are done
But
with fake solutions. We are done with living like a
I don't
third
think he's
world
going to win
country in our
regardless.
beautiful
But
city. It's time to take a bite out of crime.
he didn't really offer anything. No one can. I mean, nobody can really save LA anyway. he's just a dog chasing a car. He might resonate with some people though, Mush. I will agree. Now, if he does get elected, he's not going to do anything differently. He's going to be the same. He's going to have his friends in high places. Speaking of friends in high places, Miss Amit. So remember, they moved into the hood, right? They were in the hood with the popcorn ceiling and in Amazon furniture. Had the Amazon furniture. Miss Amit says, so happy to be moving back to Walnut Creek. SoCal is amazing, Southern California. But I've missed the Bay Area and being close to home. I'm definitely looking for more training partners and wrestling rooms in the area, so please message me if you're interested. I will also be available for local private lessons and seminars. Feel free to reach out. So she needs some money to take care of Mika Galbao now. The thing about the dog chasing the car is that it doesn't know what it'll do. That's true. That is true, Mush. See, Mush, you too wise, Mush. I want Mush to run for politics or something, but Mush said he won't do it. Now I guess they're back together. They're moving back. I don't know what the game plan was. I don't think they thought any of this stuff through. They didn't think nothing through. Look, lease is up. You got to jump out of there. Dang, she didn't think none of it. Didn't they just move down there like 3 months ago? 4 months ago? They moved down there before the baby came out. So, yeah, about 6 months almost. Mush said he not a washed up. Now you have been on a reality show. Mush said he's not a washed up reality show star or convicted felon. So I guess they're moving out, and she got a cat too. All right, she need to go. Hope she get her deposit back. Look, she pushing the couch by herself. God dang. Oh no! Whoa! Amit, that's not how you move the couch. That's gross. You don't move the couch like that, bro. You need to pick that thing. She's dragging the couch on the floor. She ain't got no tarp. She ain't got no little the little thing from the little thing from Home Depot, the little trolley. She ain't got no trolley. That's gross, bro. You don't drag your furniture on the floor like that in common areas. She dragging that thing in the parking lot. Where's Mika Galbao at? They ain't got enough power to lift that thing up. She just ruined the couch. Throw that, the cat done peed on it already. But throw that couch out. Dirty Deed, what's up? He says, what's the rumor that Mika was going to open a gym in SoCal? That's true. I don't think anything worked out the way it was supposed to. Dirty Deeds. They need to sit down and plan, because they got a baby together. Can you guys sit down and do a 5-year plan, 10-year plan? You got to plan things out. That baby needs some structure in his life. That baby don't need that couch that's been dragged all over the floor. That ain't right, bro. That ain't right. You're not supposed to be dragging your furniture like that. Especially, you're going to be touching that. And that's LA. You don't know what people did in that hallway. That hallway might be kind of nasty. You might need to steam clean that couch afterwards. Sarah think that nasty too. All right, now at least they got the mattress off the ground. Now, what the heck are they doing? Now they ain't got no moving equipment. They got that thing in a shopping buggy. These some ghetto people over here. You could have had a nice Jewish dude that could afford the moving crew. Why didn't they just pay someone to move that stuff? They got enough money, right? Or maybe not. They done wasted all the money. She done wasted all her Olympic money. She won the Olympics, guys. She got $250,000 for that. She done wasted all that money. She couldn't afford the moving crew. Things didn't work out. Milky ruining lives, and they over here chilling. Somebody said, I'm not going to say who said this, but they're, trying to rebrand them a little bit. Whoever is recording needs to help. I think Grandma's recording. Grandma can't move that stuff much. She got the baby in her hands. Grandma hurt herself. She tried to lift that stuff. They ain't got no proper equipment. He got. This is what you see in the hood. People with the shopping carts with all the stuff in there. We gotta do with that over there in Alpharetta, where the gym is. You be living off that's the ugly couch. Well, listen, hey, that's what they got. I'm more worried about cleanliness, Sarah, because they got a baby in the house. Now they for sure be eating. Is that a potato? Oh, that looks like some dragon fruit. Okay, that's some healthy stuff right there. All right, look at that baby. At least his family's back together. I got a dad again. I'm happy for the baby. I'm the only one that's been fighting for that baby. I've been fighting. I was looking for some stepfathers for that baby. Who else would do that? I've been looking for stepfathers for that baby to take care of him. So yeah, I don't know what to say, bro. That's their life. We got the homie Fabio Caloi. He's over there in Kuwait. He says come and train. Now, there might be some bombs and missiles over your head, but you still got to keep training, even if you're getting bombed. You need to be there in training.
Guys, I know we are going through some difficult times now with the situation in the region. So I want to encourage you that you are in your house to come to our school to train jiu-jitsu, so you can actually improve the situation of your mental health, your stress levels, and even your physical conditioning. So if you stay in your house, probably everything that I said before, your mental health, your stress, and even your body, which is connected to your mind, they're gonna have a big impact in your life. So I really want to invite you to come to relieve that stress,
they need to put that
improve your
microphone
mental
closer
health,
to their...
improve your body conditioning, so you can deal with the situation way better than just sitting at home. So book a class, come to the gym. I hope to see you all here. Hi guys, I know we are going through...
If I'm worried about being bombed, I might just stay at home and where it's safe. Dun, dun, dun. Where were we? What Devontae up to? 217? Right, that's not bad.
I tell you what.
He got smaller. Mr. Marley, what's up? Mr. Marley, you ain't training with the bombs flying over your head? Lead the baby. I'm the only one fighting for that baby, Sarah. I don't hear anybody else fighting for that baby. I don't know. He be cutting too much weight. I still haven't forgiven Devontae for that Owen Jones match.
I do need some lotion because I'm ashy. I'm black, and the sun out here is just not being nice to my skin. So.
We have not talked about that yet.
While I let my steak rest, I'm having some rice cakes with whipped cream. Unsalted, of course.
Let's see. Adrian Broner says he spent $9 million on jewelry.
the best jewelry in the game, right?
Is that the worst way to spend your money?
No.
Really?
Not for a nigga like me.
Well, how much money do you think you spent on jewelry in your career?
I'm probably about $9 million.
$9 million on jewelry?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Nigga.
And I don't have a piece.
And he just said that's the best thing to spend money on. Wait.
Actually, what happened with all that, though?
Wait, but what were you buying? How do you run up to $9 million? Watches?
No, because like I had my whole team. Everybody had watches. Everybody had chains.
Nigga giving out chains like, you get a chain. You
I'll
get a chain.
take the jewelry.
You gotta swag out the team.
I'll take the jewelry.
And then
at least you can melt the jewelry down.
I've had.
Yeah, I'll take the jewelry.
The best jewelry in the game, right?
Is that the?
I was getting so much jewelry myself. You know,
pull up the Freddie Gibbs
situations and just me being clumsy, and one day I'll get drunk and lose a $500,000 bracelet.
I gotta get a soundboard.
You'd be
eventually.
partying and it'd just be gone.
Yeah, just lose
It's like fuck it.
Yeah, some chick probably saw that off your wrist.
I was getting so much.
This man, waste of talent. We got Gabriel Souza over here. He said he going to Italy for Polaris. Look at him. He kind of now, he did break up with Fionn, but look, he's kind of glowing up a little bit. Can we agree to that? He lost Fionn, but look, he kind of glowed up a little bit. He got the Gen Z kind of styling. Look at him. He looked Filipino. He looked like my Filipino friends. Don't he look like a Filipino? Shout out to the Filipinos out there. He over there styling. All right, man. We see you, man. You know what you got to do after a breakup? You just got to keep living your life. That's all you can do. That's a cute cat. We got our sisters over here. Now, we did talk a little bit about this yesterday. Mr. Marlin asked what jiu-jitsu girls got their body out. Now, I'm not saying she got her body out. She just got a body that can't be hidden. That's all. Shout out to Miss Nia. Now, Mush might have to slide into her DMs at some point. I thought that was baby oil for what is that right there? It says something cleansing water. Oh, what is that used for? They should never give me the internet. Cause look, I be zooming in on stuff. Does anybody else do that? I be zooming in. What is that in the corner right there? I thought that was baby oil for a second. Don't that look like baby oil? Oh no. This is why we got Sarah. Sarah, you need to make sure we stay on topic, Sarah. Now, Nia, I think the girls, I think, honestly, I think girls should not be showing off their body. That's what I think. But it is the internet. They can do whatever they want. Shout out to Miss Nia. You guys know that's CP coach her. That's CP student. All right. Now, she could have put this post first, Sarah. That would have been, and she could have hidden that first post. She could have hidden this post, maybe in the back of the carousel. She could have hidden that. She could have hid that picture. She didn't have to put that picture. She knew what she was doing, putting that picture right there. Mr. Marlin, she could have posted this first, with all the ladies clothed up. Oh God. Wait, twins? All right. Sarah is the fashion police of jiu-jitsu. Now she's just wearing the dress. It's just the way she's wearing the dress, though. There's nothing she can do about that. The dress is very flattering. The dress is very, very flattering. All right, here we go. We're just kind of going through to see what's going on. See, that's presentable. Hey, they got Fionn right there too. All right, we're just jumping through. Look, see, she could have just had to post. I prefer she just had to post with the gis on. Nothing too crazy. All right, she got the cat. Every girl got a cat now. All right, she's out here in the sun. All right. All right, wedding picture. Okay. All right. See, look, that's presentable stuff right there. Okay, look. Too many cat photos. I'm allergic. I'm allergic. I feel like much allergic to pets too, but he might take care of that cat for her. Much said he'll take care of the cat. He'll change. He'll clean the litter box for that. What my cousin up to? It's a video. We might need to check that out. Let's just watch this. We ain't going out. Is that Isaac with his daddy?
19 anos, já competi os maiores eventos de jiu-jitsu, tanto campeonatos quanto os eventos de lutas casadas.
There's some differences
agora
in that
representando
dress.
o time do BJJ Stars, que é evento de lutas casadas onde eu mais venci, né? Eu não sei se já me passaram, mas eu sou um dos maiores campeões dentro do evento. Fiz parte ali da primeira edição. Sou muito grato, né, de ter essa oportunidade de estar escrevendo mais uma parte da minha história junto com o BJJ Stars no dia 6 de junho em Dublin.
Is Isaac going to be able to make weight? He looks a little too thick for the weight class.
Actors come to town and they say, I'm going to give it a year and see if I can become successful. To those, I want to say, I could save you a year of your time. If you think that this is something that you can carve out some arbitrary amount of time to achieve certain things, this is not for you. This is a lifetime. When you first start out as an actor, your answer to any question is yes. Do you want to? Yes. I started out in 1979 doing background work as an extra. There is no career that has ever been achieved without a healthy dose of luck. I was a working actor. Things were fine. I was paying my bills. And then I got a lucky break at age 40. And was cast in Malcolm in the Middle. At 50, I got an even bigger break as Walter White on Breaking Bad. It came when it was supposed to come. And that's the interesting thing about luck. It doesn't work on your timetable. It works on its own.
That's true.
Actors come to town and they...
That is true. Luck doesn't work on your time. Luck don't work on your timeline. That's an important lesson for you guys out there. And for me too.
Is this the most dominant IBJJF World Championship run we've ever seen? Over this past weekend, Tynan Dalpro won his 4th IBJJF World Championship. But what was so impressive about this run was how dominant he was the entire way through. For the sake of this video, we're going to go match by match and look at the Flow Grappling scorecard to see how quickly Tynan really was able to pull off this World Championship. Here he is in his first round match. You can see it only took him 2 minutes and 8 seconds to get the tap. Tynan was rolling by the time the quarterfinals came around, and he only needed 1 minute and 14 to finish this one. And then in the semifinals, we had a bit of a longer match by Tynan standards. This one took 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And then in the finals, Tynan only needed 50 seconds to get the submission. In what arguably should be the toughest match of the tournament, Tynan made it his quickest match of the tournament. So it was 4 matches and 4 submissions for Tynan Dalpro with a total match time of 6 minutes and 19 seconds. That's shorter than an IBJJF purple belt match. I think another thing that makes this run so impressive is that Tynan was able to do it by the same submission in every single match. But you don't gotta take my word for it. Let's watch those subs right here.
That's a good submission, though. That worked for everybody.
What do you think? Is this the fastest IBJJF World Championship run in history? Or do you know someone who's done it faster? Drop a comment and let us know. Is this the most...
I do believe Hodger Gracie's run is the best run. I'm sorry, but, you know, finishing people from Mount, that's pretty amazing. Let's listen to Lucas real quick.
You had so much success on these same mats right here. Do you have a favorite memory that comes to mind?
Man, so so many great memories and celebration. But you know, like I remember since 2007 was my first world title as a black belt, and that was super special moment, you know. And then also another special moment was 2022 when I was inducted to the Hall of Fame as well. You know, all these years, hard work, persistence, resilience, you know, everything pays off, and yeah,
and then you're now a professor into the next stage of your life, right, with jiu-jitsu. What do you have to tell some of the younger generation that either just received their black belt or they're still chasing their first world title?
Yeah, so I truly believe that, you know, in life, you know, gonna have ups and downs, you know, just make sure that you stick with the plan, with the goals that you have. Do not let your bad days, you know, determine your futures. You like, you know, just stick with the plan, you know, with the resilience, and good days, you know, are coming. Okay.
You dominated the lightweight division for years. I want to get your thought on the current lightweight division. There's some young rookies that hit the podium, and then Mateus Gabriel got his third world title.
Yeah, it was so nice to see. The bracket was crowded, so many talents, you know, and I like a lot to watch the new generation on the lightweight division put in the show, you know, so their techniques are sharp, you know, they're very hungry as well. That's super important, you know, to see that, how hungry they are. You know, and Mateus Gabriel, he did like a very good tournament. You know, he put a lot of good techniques, and also he puts a lot of heart as well. You know, very well deserved title.
Professor, thank you so much for your time. You're a legend.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, let's move on. What videos did I have? Let's see what we got. You know, we got a couple of videos. Let me see. I don't know if we'll watch that today. I don't know if we'll watch that. I don't know if we'll watch that. I don't know. Let's. What video? I don't know if we'll watch that. We got too much stuff to watch, but I don't want to sit here and watch all this. Oh, let me see this. It says Nayla is joining UFC. So you might not know this little girl. I think LL Snap or someone knew this girl. Says she's joining UFC. BJJ Kids. Let's see what that is.
Coming with pressure, igniting the flame. You see the drive, you feel it inside. You know that it's changing the game.
Kind of reminds me of the Rotulos, you know, back in the day.
Be tamed. It can't be caged.
You know, the Rotulos were winning everything as little kids.
Making a statement.
You're against this much?
Shaking the pavement. This is electric. Feel the intensity. It might get
I mean, if the little girl, if that's what she wants to do, she need to stay in school though. That's my thing. Stay in school.
What's up, YouTube? We're back at it again with another video, and we have big news. Nala is joining the UFC.
Thomas Fakuti's job.
No, not that UFC.
Oh, Cody, let's talk about nice low kick by Junior. Oh, wow.
Oh my God, we're so geeked.
Child actor.
You're joining the UFC. Do you know what that means? You know what that? Do you know what the UFC is?
She don't know what that means. She don't even. She don't know what UFC is.
Fighting Club. So what it is we watched it on TV plenty of times.
Ultimate Fighting Championship.
In the big cage,
Ultimate Fighting
they have
Club.
the little
That's
gloves
something else.
on. They can wrestle, they can do jiu-jitsu, and they can punch. But the only thing is, this is a little different. Nala's actually joining the UFC BJJ. They have officially opened up all of their open tournaments. So usually the UFC BJJ, they started because they wanted to give grapplers just an experience to go out and compete with no striking. I've seen it. I've seen all their highlights. It's amazing what they've done. And I'm so excited that we get to be a part of it. Just last week, they announced that they are opening up all their tournaments for youth specifically.
Everybody, I just wanted to give you a heads up that UFC BJJ is officially launching their opens, the official entry point into the UFC BJJ competitive platform. These open tournaments give athletes of all ages and skill levels the chance to compete under the UFC BJJ banner and begin their journey from the local mats to the biggest stage in the sport. Whether you're a beginner, a seasoned vet, or chasing your shot at a championship, UFC BJJ
probably
opens up your opportunity to prove
living through
yourself
his daughter.
and possibly win a world title someday. So, UFC BJJ Opens are coming to cities across the country this fall. To learn more, go to UFCBJJOpens.com.
We are officially launching the UFC BJJ Opens today, which is the entry point into the UFC BJJ system. And they are a series of jiu-jitsu tournaments where anybody from any skill level or any age can register and compete under the UFC BJJ banner. We want to encourage athletes to
You met her
to
before,
push the
Mr.
pace.
Marlin?
We want a fast-paced competition
You
environment.
met her before?
We want them
What was
to
she like?
look for finishes.
For research
and we want
purposes.
a lot of offense. So we see a lot of athletes pushing
Mr. Marlin,
pace
Mr.
in
Marlin know
into
all
this
these
rule set
ladies.
because we are encouraging entertainment.
They want to build a pathway for young
that-
kids
she trying to co-
be
did she
able
try
to
to
go
go
straight
bring
from
us?
the UFC
I'm thinking of
BJJ
Cyborg.
to the UFC if possible. So before, we did ADCC, we did NAGA, we did all the big tournaments. This is just like those, just a different federation, but it's still a bigger opportunity. That does mean that there are going to be really good kids there. Just like whenever we go to ADCC, those same
Mr.
kids,
Marlin.
they're
Hey,
going to be there.
yo.
So we have to be at our best.
I
when
ain't
we
say
go.
nothing, Mr.
All right?
Marlin.
Now, the reason why
Much smart, much
her
put- much
and
put-
Naya is eating right now. The reason why I take them both to these tournaments is I want
Much
them to
smart,
know that
much
they're
smart.
not the best out there right now. They're not. I want them to
Much
always
smart.
be on
He's
the
like,
hunt to
wait a
get
second.
better. When I was a kid, I thought I was the best ever because I was the best one in my
Hey,
town.
I gotta
That
ask
was
Mr.
until my
Marlin
mom
off the
took
record.
me to a huge 7-on-7 football tournament.
I gotta ask him
and I
off the-
got
off
mixed
the
a couple
record.
times. I lost a lot of reps, and I'm like, yo, I need to get better. The next year, I showed up and I was so
Mr.
much
Marlin got
better.
stories
So
you
to
can't be
able to
telling on the
take
live
them
stream.
to things like this and be able to go against this great talent that's out there, win, lose, or draw, it's still an experience for them that I never had. So that's why Daddy takes you,
Daddy
and puts you
living
out
through
there
her.
against some of the best kids, and you beat a lot of the best kids too. We've lost to some of the best kids as well. That just makes it so we have to get better. Are you excited
That
about
girl
it?
said we gotta get. What
So,
you mean we?
Do you know it's going to be in
You ain't out
Phoenix,
there fighting.
Arizona, September 19th, Phoenix, Arizona. So we've been to Phoenix before. There are a few differences from the
parents gotta
UFC,
travel for that.
BJJ, and some of the other federations. I really like the rule
Mr.
set they
Marlin.
have. I'm going to put it on the screen, but here is
Mr. Marlin got it.
there's
It took him a
two
second.
rules
Mr.
that
Marlin
I'm
got it.
really, really excited for. Number one is they are stopping.
That girl don't care
stalling.
about. She don't
You
care
cannot-
about no
they can't
tournament.
Just lay on
She
top
want to
of
play
you
with her
and
dolls.
just wait for the time to run out. That happened to us before. We had a girl just laying
She just
half
doing
guard
whatever her
on
dad
us,
says.
and she didn't make any moves. I'm yelling to the ref, she's not making any move to pass. She's not looking to submit. She's stalling. Ref yells, she's stalling. No points were taken. No penalty was given, and we lost that match by 2 points.
Do you say that sounds
Because
weird?
We lost like
we
45
lost the match.
seconds because they were just stalling,
We-
sitting in half
we-
guard.
we lost-
Anytime Nala moved,
we gotta
to frame,
improve.
she's buried her head back in her chest. Wasn't making
that
any
don't
moves.
sound right.
Anytime Nala looked to submit, buried her head back in her chest.
I mean, I
not
can't tell
looking
people how to raise their
submit
kids.
or pass. It was annoying. And even with Naya, we've had
That girl
tournaments
gonna
where I'm
hate jiu-jitsu
screaming to the ref.
by next week.
She's just laying on top of her. She's not making any moves to pass.
She's
or
stalling
submit.
on us.
So,
In Newbury?
yeah, just like it. Yeah,
She want to go play
at
with her
Newbury,
dollies.
I'm screaming. They're just stalling. They're stalling. Stalling is a big issue. UFC BJJ wants to push the action. They really want
They still got stalling in
all
UFC
their competitions to be high paced. They want you looking for the finish. They don't want to see, oh, we're just looking to wait out the time and we're looking for points. No,
That girl don't
they
care.
want submissions. They want high paced, high action. That's the number one thing I'm happy about. Number two is when you get up by 15 points, then the match is over. It's literally just like wrestling. So once you're winning by 15 points, the match is over. They call it, it's done. All the other rules are the same. No standing guillotines for under 16 years old. All the same rule sets as like ADCC, IBJJF, all those things. But it's
I wonder
those
if he
two
trains.
rules
Does he
that
train?
really make me excited about UFC BJJ. Now, I don't know if it's going to be for a belt, if it's going to be for a medal. I don't know what it's going to be for. All I know is we're going to compete. We're going to give
be
everything
there.
we have. And yes, we are going to do what, Nala?
Win.
What?
Win.
What?
Win.
We're going to win, all right? We go to every tournament with the intent of winning, but we're not there saying, oh, we have to win everything. No, we're here to get experience, get on the mat, and have a great time. We always want to make sure that jiu-jitsu stays
She
fun.
don't care about
for
no
her.
UFC
But
BJJ.
a lot of the times we go to these tournaments like this, we are expecting high action. I'm so excited for this. So September 19th in Phoenix, Arizona, we have signed Nala up for UFC BJJ.
See, people can't wait to spend money and fly out there.
55 pounds. Naya couldn't do it because it's 8U. That's the youngest they have is 8U. Naya's still 5. So she has probably like 2 more years.
Yeah,
so
he
she
need to
can
train.
do it.
He need to
But
he
this
need
is
to
a
do
great
UFC
path for Nala
BJJ.
to get out there.
He need to
compete
go out
with some of
there.
the best kids. Show
I
that
bet
she
he be
has
stalling.
what it takes to not only compete but to win at this high level. Show her IQ. Show her ability. Show her strengths. And if we have some weaknesses, we can fix them and clean up. We have until September though, so we're gonna keep staying in the gym. We have a tournament this
I hope
weekend.
that baby
coming
got
up,
a summer.
and
She ain't got no summer to have fun and go swimming and stuff.
That's for it's like 3 weeks. She has no idea when tournaments are.
She's 5 years old. Let her go have some fun.
So we have Albuquerque this weekend. AGF. Nala's doing 3 brackets. No gi, and then no
that
gi
girl
challenger.
working hard.
And then we have AGF Worlds next weekend in Dallas, where she'll be doing no gi challenger, and gi challenger. She has 4 brackets. Hopefully, we can bring home all 4 medals there. But yeah, we're pretty busy. This is the time of the year we're busy. These last few months,
1 second.
we've
Let me
been,
pause.
Dabbling in.
Yo, what's up, bro? You on the live stream, bro? Oh shit, for real? Yeah, bro. Say what's up, bro.
Okay. Hey, what's up? What's up, world? What's up, live stream?
We were just watching some video. This guy's got his 5-year-old daughter doing UFC BJJ and all these other tournaments, flying every weekend.
It's a lot of money.
Someone said, "Is that the father?" Nah, that's my homie Jeff.
Say that one more time.
They thought you were the father.
Wow. I mean, it was. Hey.
Are you the pappy, Jeff?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's no DNA test, so.
She look like she could be yours. All right, bro. Let me call you back, bro.
I look like I could be a lot of things, so I mean, we don't really know.
All right, let me give you a call later, bro.
All right, sounds good. All right, yep.
Peace out, brother. All right, that was Jeff. That is not the daddy though. Dominic Berry, that's his name. Who is he? Football player or something? Of course you got people agreeing with him. I don't know what to say. Now that girl might become good. Now I've seen a lot of champions. Mr. Marley's seen a lot of champions. For every Jalen, think about Jalen Financier. For every Jalen, there's about 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 kids that don't make it. So if she can continue and stay focused, and she can be really good, but most kids ain't gonna stick with it like that. So that is a little sad. I want that girl to have a childhood. What were we saying? We got a little bit of time. I think we're gonna switch over. I did say I would read the Craig Jones article, I think, for a little bit. We'll see. Thousands, yeah. For every Tynan, think about AOJ. How many Tynan? There's one Tynan. There's probably 1,000. Yeah, there's thousands of kids that don't make it. For every Tynan, there's 1,000 kids. And think about Brazil. You guys don't even see all the best Brazilian kids. You see the kids that kind of find a way to America somehow. You don't see all the best Brazilian kids. Most of the best Brazilian kids can't afford. They stuck training at the social project. Hopefully they're not being abused at the social project, to be honest. So Craig Jones did appear on Playboy. It says Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu got boring. He's making it hot again. Craig Jones is on a mission to save the sport. Now, I argue we can't save this sport. We need Mr. Marley. Mr. Marley can afford. Yeah, these kids. And, even the black belts, Mr. Marlin, they be over there selling popcorn and candy to afford the tournament. Just to sign up for the tournament. It's expensive to do these tournaments. All these tournaments, hundreds of dollars just to do the tournament. That's not including gas, hotel, flights. Yeah, and those kids are lucky to have a gi, a donated gi. And they could be the best in the world. They won't even. He's a boxer. Okay. Well, he ain't got his daughter. He's smart. He ain't got his daughter in boxing, but yeah, most of these guys can't afford. Even here in America, most people, if you broke, you can't afford to train. You think you can afford to train at Cobrinhas or even Marcelo's, Atos, AOJ. You think you guys can afford to, bro? Them classes, them classes have you struggling. When I went to LA, I think of course I met Mr. Marlon there. When I went to LA, I was sleeping on the floor. I had to sleep on the floor. I think I had a sleeping bag. Had to sleep on the floor. Train twice a day, sleep on the floor. Hang out at the Starbucks next to the gym. Didn't have no money to do much. BJJ College has discounted rates. Yeah, well, I hope they're subleasing or something. They're closed down right now. They wasted a great opportunity. It says this story appears in our spring 2026 issue. Okay. It wouldn't seem like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or BJJ for short, is in need of any saving. The martial art developed in Rio de Janeiro. It wasn't developed in Rio de Janeiro, but that's what they're going to say. In the 1920s, it's one of the fastest growing hobbies in the United States. And to go to get ripped quick activity, that was who wrote this? And the go-to get ripped quick activity for men like Tom Hardy and Mark Zuckerberg. Supermodel Gisele Bündchen, I never say her last name right, left quarterback Tom Brady and ran into the waiting arms of Joaquim Valente, her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor. Meanwhile, the UFC, a sporting league built on the skills of BJJ icons such as Royce and Renzo Gracie, just signed a $7.7 billion distribution deal with Paramount. A chicken in every pot, a blood-splattered octagon on every screen. And yet here is Craig Jones, a 34-year-old Australian, in a pink beanie, hot pink sunglasses, and a tank top, sitting by the side of the road somewhere outside of Adelaide, Australia, musing over Zoom on how to save the sport. Jones, fresh off coaching UFC champion Alexander Volkanovski to his 28th victory, sits just off the pinnacle of jiu-jitsu. He is great, but not the greatest. He has placed second in the ADCC World Championship, one of the sport's biggest competitions, but never first. But such is the man's marketing genius that he has turned his silver finish into gold. Food? What are you talking about, Sarah? Yeah, food is expensive. Yeah. Do I want to do the tournament or do I want to have food for the week? And sometimes that's what it comes down to. Should I sign up for the tournament where I won't get paid, or should I just, eat? I've always built upon the idea that if you claim to be the best, people will argue with you all day, he explains. But if you claim to be the second best, no one argues. No one's vying for that title. He even named his team B-Team Jiu-Jitsu. Its motto, where you can train with the A-Team and you get the B-Team. Or when you can't train with the A-Team, you get the B-Team. According to Jones, Jiu-Jitsu is just too boring to watch as a sport. It's true, even at its highest level. In fact, more often at its highest level, BJJ is caught in Timmidsville. Though there are thousands of local competitions across the country, covering the floors of YMCA's, I've never been to a tournament at a YMCA, and college gymnasiums, more like high school gymnasiums, not college, with tatami mats. Notably absent are stands full of fans. No one who doesn't do jiu-jitsu watches jiu-jitsu, bemoans Jones. Though nominally a contest of skill and athleticism wrought through bodily harm and the wrenching of joints and choking of necks. Matches can be dull. Stuttifyingly dull. Who wrote this? Why would you write like this? Humans don't write like this, do they? Many resemble horseshoe crabs fighting or tortoises making love. We ain't reading all this. This is too much to read. Let me see. So while BJJ tournaments and participation are sharply increasing, audiences aren't. I've lost so many girlfriends by being I've lost so many girlfriends by dragging them to to watch in pajamas wrestle for 8 hours, but he has hope. I always think about cricket. If people can watch 3 days of cricket and enjoy it, they can watch anything. Jones has a few tricks up his sleeves. I'm just jumping around a little bit. His first answer is to create personalities. I argue we don't have personalities here. Medical bills, yeah, we can't afford health insurance as it is. And now I gotta let somebody heel hook me? Personalities that hate each other, cause drama, drive eyeballs. Jones's nemesis, for instance, is Gordon Ryan, a former teammate, now ranked number 1, who happens to have beaten Jones in each of their 3 fights. I genuinely don't like him, admits Jones. He's a classic right-wing grifter. If the sport can't become more violent, then at least the narratives between his competitors can become more dramatic. I want to try to do to jiu-jitsu what Bourdain did to food, says Jones, where he made the focus of the show more about the individuals in the community rather than the food itself. They talk about CJI. All right, that's not too bad. Now, they wrote that for people who don't know what jiu-jitsu is. So, let me jump. Somebody asked me about Mr. Lucas Leite. Lucas Leite. He's kind of, the dogfight position, the wolf half guard. Let's read what they got to say. Lucas Leite separates from checkmat. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I want to do a video on this man one day. No time soon, though. If you haven't seen already, multi-time world champion Lucas Leite has officially separated from checkmat and will no longer fly the team's banner moving forward. What happened over there? What happened? Checkmat was in trouble a couple months ago, too. I didn't forget about it, but you guys forgot about it. The post announcing his departure from Checkmat HQ seemed amicable, but I can't help but feel there is a lot more going on. One of the most concerning aspects of this whole ordeal has to do with the black belts who will be following Lucas. There is a significant number of notable black belts who I know without a doubt will associate or affiliate themselves with Lucas and not Checkmat and Leo Vieta. Are there any black belts here that are Checkmat affiliates that might have some insight? So let's see if we can find that real quickly before we read the story. You guys don't know Lucas Leite. He's kind of like, the dogfight position. That's that's kind of his thing. He made that popular. And some other half guard moves. I remember he had a good match versus Mergali. Let's see what they had to say. Checkmat. Which is crazy because did this happen after Worlds or something? They still got Jansen Gomez. We'll see if Jansen stays over there. Okay, where's this at? I'm trying to see. They made a post. I don't know if I'll read all this crap. Let me know if you guys want me to read that crap. I might read it if you guys really want me to. I don't really feel like reading it. Let me see what champion is. After that huge accomplishment. I'm trying to find Lucas Leite. Here we go. Let's see. I didn't see anything. Did you see any? I don't see no post about it. Most of these guys. Okay, that's 17 weeks ago. He's been Lucas Leite BJJ for a while now. I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. They had Checkmate branding by last year, November. I'm not sure when they. Mateus Luna, the Luna Bro, is going to be going with them. I can't find it. I'm looking for it. 17 weeks ago. What was 17 weeks ago? January 28th. So that was around the time Checkmate was in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, I didn't see a post about it. He was still doing seminars at Checkmates, though. All right. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything. Let me go back to Reddit then. Whoo! Let's see. Good old Reddit. Someone said, who are the notable athletes that will be following him? Someone says the usual cadre who teaches and trains at La Habra and Upland. Possibly the Nagai brothers, the Luna brothers, Elder Cruz, Francisco Lowe, Mateus Gabriel, Natalie Herbero, Rodney Barbosa. Oh, wow. That's a lot of people. Says Checkmate just made 2 interesting posts on their IG. I'm not sure if it's amicable to a degree. I hope it's amicable, maybe just a matter of business. In any case, there's a big loss in terms of world champion caliber competitors in the Nagai brothers and Mateus. Which one? Gabriel? That just won. Is Mateus Gabriel over there? Or maybe, yeah, Mateus Gabriel, the guy that just won. Let's see. So I guess we do have to read what happened with Checkmate. Guys, make sure you're liking this video because, bro, I hate reading all this crap. My voice be gone. Checkmate HQ says, more than a name, the legacy of belonging, part 1. Oh, God. Have mercy on me. There's a deep human need that goes beyond individual success, titles, and personal recognition. The need to belong. We all desire to be a part of something greater than ourselves. We want to find a place where we can grow, contribute, learn, and have a mark. That is why teams, organizations, and athletic families carry such powerful meaning. When someone wears a team jersey, represents a flag, or carries a symbol on their chest, they are taking on a responsibility that extends far beyond themselves. I'm jumping around a little bit. No great organization is born fully formed. Every institution begins with the vision of someone who believed in something bigger. Founders, leaders, pioneers play an important role because they are the ones who take the first steps when no path yet exists. But there is a truth that separates ordinary organizations from extraordinary ones. The greatest institutions in history have always transcended their creators. It belongs to its values. They don't belong to one person. A team doesn't belong to one person. It belongs to its values, its culture, its purpose. Names are important, leaders are important, but no name should be greater than the mission. Nobody's bigger than the team. No individual should be greater than the principles that sustain the organization. People come and go, roles change, positions change, generations are renewed, but the values that gave birth to the team must remain. That is precisely what transformed a team into a legacy. The true feeling of belonging is not born from admiration for a person. Who's that person? Are they talking about you, Mr. Lucas Leitch? It is born from identification with a cause. What cause does Checkmate represent? It emerges when we understand that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. Why don't you just say, hey, Lucas Leitch, good luck? Why they got to be so coded over here? Undercover over here. Hey, Lucas Leitch, we're going to miss you. Part 2. They got me reading part 2 over here. See, I told you jiu-jitsu people can't read, Sarah. A true team is built when its members stop asking only what they can receive and begin asking, what can I do to contribute? No. The team need to give back to the people. I'm tired of these teams. All these teams do is take and take and take. They take your association fee, take your affiliation fee, take your membership fee, take your uniform fee. You got to pay nothing but fees to these big teams over here. All they do is take money. What do these teams do for you? No. They got that from John F. Kennedy. That's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. No, what can my country do for me? That's what I care about. The country gonna live on forever. Now you're not gonna live on forever. You need the country to take care of you. Every action, every decision, every example helps strengthen or weaken the culture that future generations will inherit. This is the true meaning of loyalty. Loyalty. Whenever they start talking about loyalty, they're gonna screw you over. They should pay you to compete. That's true. At least the black belts. Everyone is. That's true. That's true. They should be paying. You know what? These teams that make all that money, they should be paying athletes. You know, IBJF. I think IBJF should pay more, but I think when you win at Worlds, the team, your association should pay you too. I never got a dime from Alliance. After I win stuff, I never got any money from them motherfuckers. They ain't pay me nothing. And sometimes you paying. You gotta pay. You pay for the tournament. You paid your membership to train. All you do is pay. Nobody gave you money. Even the kid that dropped out of high school, all he got was $5 from that social media platform. So whenever they say loyalty, I'm like, all right, what are you about to do? How are you about to scam me now? That is the true meaning of loyalty. Loyalty is not agreeing with everything. Loyalty is not idolizing people. Loyalty is believing in the values that unite a community and remaining committed to them even when challenges arise. Now, if your team's being sued, I think it's time for me to leave. When your team is being sued, you know, criminal lawsuit or civil lawsuit, okay, I can leave the team now. They said we need loyalty even when challenges arise. Now, when the leadership is in trouble, you know, they touched on the wrong person. You can. I feel like you should be able to leave there. No questions asked. No one builds something great alone. Every instructor who teaches, every athlete who competes, every student who perseveres, every family that supports, every staff member working behind the scenes, all are part of the same construction. All leave a piece of themselves in its team history. That is why belonging to a team is both a privilege and a responsibility. It means honoring those who came before us, respecting the work that made it possible for us to be here today, and using those lessons to build an even better future. Legacy is not a monument. Legacy is alive. It grows, it evolves, it adapts, it becomes stronger, and it continues to be written by every person who chooses. It continues to be written by every person who chooses to contribute. The greatest leaders understand this truth. They do not work. This is too much to read. They do not work to become indispensable. They work to build something strong enough to continue growing without them. Because true greatness is not found in building something for yourself. True greatness is found in building something that outlives you. In the end, what will matter most is not the medals we won, the titles we accumulated, or the applause we received. What will matter is the lives we impacted, the values we passed on, the people we inspired, and the culture we left behind. Because people pass, leaders pass, athletes pass, generations pass. But when an organization is built upon solid principles, organizations pass too, though. Checkmat, shut up, Checkmat. Got me reading all that. So don't say I never did nothing for y'all. I sat there and read all that crap. I read all that crap for you people. Was there anything else I cared about? I'm getting tired, about 2 hours. I used to do 3 hours. You guys ain't getting no 3 hours out of me. Is there anything I can watch real quickly? Let me see this. It says we train on mats, but not for the mats. All right, that's how Sarah gonna be training ecological outside with no shoes on. See, I can't be outside barefoot like that. I gotta leave that to you people watching the live stream. Might get a nail on my foot. You know, back in the day when you were a kid, you used to be outside walking barefoot. Stepped on a nail. Stepped on a shard of glass. It's too dirty outside. You know, you cut your foot up. Oh, shoot.
It's not exactly what I'm talking about.
Here we go.
Look at his head.
Yeah, you're training on the cement.
That ain't scaring him. But the idea is...
That's the Valente gi. That's how the Valentes wear their gis.
He's right there. He's ready to go.
Yo, don't throw him on the ground though.
Pop him up. Give him a sense of like, oh shit.
That's cement, girl. Look at that. Look at that crack in that cement.
Now that's right. If you're doing Old Soto, for example, what would that be like if you had his head?
You know, that'd be scraping up your feet.
I want to give
some
you
of you
the
guys.
sense
Some of you people got that. You got that skin on your feet.
Don't injure each other.
That
get a sense of like every time we throw.
You got that extra skin on your heel. You gotta scrape that off real fast.
600 times a night. What can happen? Complacency. It becomes normal.
Gotta get that pedicure.
Over and over and over. If we did a couple of reps here, it'd be like, I'll be the first thrower, please. Every time. This? Okay, go. Put a little speed. Put a little. Not just putting them here. Like get them in that place where.
And they pay for this. That's how I feel when someone says you want to do ecological. I'm like, man, I pay for this.
Because you have another sensation.
We always talk about, like, not necessarily unique to our system. We always talk about like the control at the end of the throw in terms of like keeping your own balance.
Yeah.
And
I would be practicing my throws on the grass.
Yeah, okay, I'll just put a hand down, or I'll just go to my knee in there. But like, you definitely don't want to be doing an osotogari and fall on your face at the end here. You want to have the ability to keep that leg up. So something that gives it a little bit more context, and not necessarily just the falling person, but as the Tori, the throwing partner as well.
Right.
So when judo,
there's so much momentum when we throw.
That's what judo people want to throw you on. When they do their throw in self-defense, they want to throw you on that cement.
And if any of you are even like a little bit familiar, or do a YouTube search, take a search. Just
they got the cicadas out there. It's hot.
Now watch when
you hear the cicadas like that, it's hot out there.
They don't put the same kind of primacy that we do on upright posture at the end. And you see both people flying through the air.
When you hear them cicadas going like that, it's hot out there.
It's a whole different situation when you're in a real world environment. So some of these habits that we have, the insistence on straight back at the end, is because if you're this way, you might have a meeting with the concrete, you might end up out of commission, right? The learning bottom position on the ground so that you're proficient there, but this primacy of top position. Don't concede bottom. When you're on the bottom, you got to get on. If we do a little bit of groundwork right now on your knees on concrete, all of a sudden you go like, yeah, that is not. And this is cooler, nighttime. This is 90-degree pavement. You're on your back. You don't want any of that. So sometimes
pavement burning your foot up.
Kind of a lighter, softer.
Well, that's not in the sun.
Putting ourselves on the concrete. Remind yourself of that. Like this is where it's really, truly going to happen. When you take a rough fall in the dojo,
that's the street.
That's on mats with someone trying to protect you. And
that's where Carol wants to fight.
This guy has no protection.
That's where Carol wants to fight on the street.
To fall, and you're throwing them with bad intentions. You have to have a sense of what that means in a real world environment.
There was something I was supposed to look up. I got distracted. Oh no, what was I supposed to look up? Oh no, there was something I was supposed to look up. I got distracted. What was I going to look up? Something judo related? I forgot already. Dun, 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 dun. I was going to look something up. I forgot. Oh, no. I had a good idea. What was my idea? Self-defense judo, something. I don't know what. I was about to look something up. Sarah distracted me. It's Sarah's fault. I was about to look something up, y'all. What was that? What was I about to look up? Let me see if I can figure out what that was. I don't even know. It says Peebo Bryson, Grammy-winning singer of Disney classics, dead. Oh. What was the song? A Whole New World? Oh, you guys know A Whole New World. You know Sarah knows that song. I was going to look something up. What was I going to show? I don't even remember now. What was I going to look up? I can't remember now. Man. Oh, let me see what Milky Got Val's up to real fast. I forgot. I was about to look something up, man. Or maybe I was going to do something later.
The victims accused Jugi's coach Malcolm Vaughn of sexual abuse of Brutus. Investigations indicate that his brother also abused 2 girls beneath. Both are in pre-trial detention.
This is one of the new victims accusing Malcolm Vaughn, a civil police officer and jiu-jitsu coach, of rape. She went to the police after the allegations against Mel came to light. The victim spoke exclusively to Bom Dia Brazil and said she was raped 5 times over the course of a year while participating in the coach's social project, La Creza. The abuses began when she was 16 years old.
When things happened, it was precisely because a bigger event was about to happen. A championship is more expensive. I couldn't afford to pay for this championship. He had held a raffle, but I couldn't sell all the tickets. He said he would give me another one, but that we had to talk first. But he took me to a hotel, and then I asked him why he had taken me to that place. He said, I feel very attracted to you. And then he started pulling me towards the bed, to the bed. Then I said, I'm not going to stay in bed. I'm not going to lie with you. I'm going to talk. I'm going to tell your wife what's happening. He said, you're not going to do that. Because if you do, you'll lose everything you have.
Another victim of the coach, Brenda Larissa, spoke out on social media and said she was abused for 14 years and that her sister was also raped.
Until last Sunday, before he was arrested, he was still liking my things. That's why I'm telling you that it's 14 years of torture. Mental and physical structure. He even hit me. Besides the horrible words he said to me, there's no way I can put 14 years in a video. So, I'm making this video here, right? I'm doing it for myself. I'm making this video for my sister. He abused my sister too. He raped her too, just like he did to me. I'm also making this video to encourage other girls to report it too, right? I want to tell you that I feel your pain, right? That I went through this too. I feel my sister's pain.
Nelk is imprisoned in Sao Paulo for rape and sexual harassment. Now, with the new accusations, another investigation is being carried out by the civil police of Amazonas. Delegate Mayara Magna states that all the victims were Melk students and minors when the crimes occurred. According to the investigation, he took advantage of his authority as a police officer and a world reference in Jiu-Jitsu, in addition to exploiting the financial condition of the teenagers.
He used the vulnerability of these teenagers, these children who had a dream of building a career. They were very financially vulnerable girls. He would start by offering gift supplements, kimonos, and then he would charge for them. He would say, now's the time for you to pay me. And he used this approach to also commit violence against them.
So far, 9 young women have filed police reports against Melka Voss at all. The police in São Paulo and Manaus are investigating him for the crimes of rape, including vulnerable individuals, facilitating prostitution, sexual harassment, unauthorized access to electronic devices, and coercion. Enoch Galvão, Melk's brother, was also accused of sexual harassment and rape by 2 victims. The crimes were allegedly committed by Enoch while he visited his brother Gilgitso's social project. Enoch is also a civil police officer in Manaus and was temporarily arrested. Furthermore, he is suspected of facilitating the entry of a cell phone into the prison in Manaus, where Melk was held before being transferred to São Paulo. The person with whom Melk
Hey,
in
I be
video
saying
call
some crazy
recorded the
stuff.
phone screen and took it to the police.
Hey, I be saying some crazy stuff.
The images show Melk using the cell phone inside his cell. According to the investigations, he allegedly attempted to coerce witnesses and victims.
Nowadays, I have a lot of after effects, from everything that happened to me. I don't train anymore. I never get involved in things where it could even be in a group of people. I can never be open with anyone anymore.
The lawyers for Melk Galavao and his brother have not commented.
There was something else. What was I gonna look up? Something's on the tip of my brain. Let me say the right thing. So if you guys be listening and think I'm saying the wrong thing. Let me watch this. I don't know if I don't really care about Scott Croker, but maybe I'll jump on it for a second. I think that's the dude that screwed that little snap over.
Sorry.
You had to fill out a job application.
Yeah. So
why?
So what happened was, so Kevin Kay and I sat down, made a deal. Contract, Viacom's this thick, as you know, right?
Yeah.
So we're done, and so submitted in. About 2 weeks later, I get a call from HR saying, "Hey, I need you to fill out a job application." And I said, "What?" Yeah, they really didn't do this right. They need to have you fill out a job application. We need to post it. We need to interview 3 or 4 people for your job, and then we had to pick the best candidate. And then,
yeah. Wow, geez.
I said, "Wow." So I looked at the job application. I said, "Oh, this is funny. Where'd you go to school? Where'd you get, what is this? What is that?" And so I said, I sent to Carrie. I said, "Carrie, just fill this out for me and send it in, please, because this is annoying." But that's really like the first time I filled out a job application as an adult was doing this event. Doing the gig I had over at Viacom and in Bellator.
Okay, so you decide to not continue.
Well, you rich. You know you rich when you're like, I gotta fill out I gotta fill out this job application. He said, "Yeah, I ain't never had to do this before." He said, "My nepotism usually works for me." Now you're rich when you don't have to. When you usually get jobs through who you know, your connections, And he was going to get the job regardless, but let me go over here. Is $60 million enough? That's a great question.
Yeah, I definitely think there needs to be some.
He's a partner with
100%,
because otherwise,
Tony Hawk, that wants to do
the
MMA.
company. But let's face it, like PFL, they went through recent changes. It sounds like he's a very successful businessman. John Martin seems like a nice guy. I listened to his interview here, and seemed like a very good businessman. And so I hope they can turn it around. And Chachu's out there doing his thing. So, but to me, it's like I'm going to go do my thing. And we're going to go do it the way we like to do it. And that's really what I'm going to focus on.
You did mention in the press release the 60 million,
yep.
That number. Mm-hmm. What does that number even mean, really? Because
well, here's the thing. I'll tell you a little story. So we wrote a business plan, and we have all the financials, and we said, okay, this is what we need to operate, right?
For how long? How long does that last?
We have. It's going to last at least 5 years.
Really?
Right? Yeah, because
60 million.
Yeah, we're going to go out and we're going to make money. I mean, what's wrong with making money?
Sure. I just didn't know. I've seen companies blow through 60 million rather quickly.
You know what it is? And this is what I attest that to. There's a learning curve in this business. And if you don't know it, you're going to be paying crazy money out because you don't know it. And you know what? I've been in the business almost over 4 decades now. I know this business, right? So to me, like I said, they're going to the learning curve. They're learning the business. I'm sure they're putting out fires everywhere, like in different companies, and because they're burning through so much cash, right? But I'll be honest with you, we had, we closed the deal, all the money came into the account, and we were like, okay. Then we had 2 more offers come in, right? This is a true story, and we got another offer for $20 million, 1 for 10, 2 for 5. They wanted to come in, so we could have raised $100 million just like that. But we said, no, I don't want it. I told Peter, because then I don't want to be diluted to where I don't control the company. This is going to be my company the way I want to run it. My
company.
And yeah, we have board of directors, and we have some smart people and investors. Honestly, this investment group is very, very, very impressive. And so on the cap table. And some have a policy where they don't reveal who they are.
Okay.
Some do. But the people that are involved, I'm telling you, are very, very strong and very connected to many different things, to the entertainment world, to the finance world, So we went out there in the community. And so when the money got offered after we closed, I said, no, I go, Peter, I'm not doing it because I don't want to be in a situation where, you know, I'm going to be losing control of this company because I don't ever want that to happen. So we turned them away. We turned away that $40 million.
Wow.
And when we went to raise money, what was amazing to me was we started raising money in November. By March, we were closed. Like we were like commitments,
Wow.
right? Took time to get all the legal work in and all the, you know, people to send everything in. But we were closed. We had that commitment for $60 million in 3 months.
Okay.
So I think people...
Was that what you were shooting for, 60? Like,
Yes.
was it always... And,
No, that's in the plan. That's what it...
Okay, why that number? How do you like get to that number?
You know, that's something we should have Lawrence on here. He could explain the whole thing to you.
all right.
Because
You don't know?
the
I'm
smart
fascinated
guys with
by
the
all
numbers,
this.
you know.
This is fascinating.
You don't know the number part? Let me tell you, I've learned so much
Seems to be an
about, you
important
know,
part of
because I
your
knew
job.
this, like, look, you're not going to be in the fight business and not be in the private equity venture home office business because you can't just, you know, compete with other companies that have hundreds of millions of dollars, right? It's not like you can
Billions
just,
of
you know,
dollars.
but when we laid the plan out, we said, this is what we need. And so that's what we went to market with, you know, and, you know, the extra cushion would have been great, but I don't want to lose control of the company. But I will say that, you know, a lot of our investors, you know, we'll just go out and execute. And then if we want to start, you know, getting aggressive and maybe getting a bit, you know, like growing the company faster or buying other companies, we'll go back to them and say, hey, here's opportunity. And they're going to be all ears because, you know, we have really good relations with these other investment groups.
I would imagine since this came...
I don't trust people when they don't know the numbers. Where is that $60 million going towards? Can you tell me that? Like, if now, you know, when you go for a job interview, they be asking you the hardest questions, don't they? How are you going to help the company? Give me an example. They're going to ask you some hard, tough questions. Now, when you're higher up, they don't really ask you those hard questions, or you can kind of bypass them. Now, when you're in your job interview, try to bypass the question. See how well that works for you. Try to bypass that question real quick. You know what? I don't know. Now, you can say you don't know in the job interview. Just say you don't know in a job interview. Now, do you get a call back when you say you don't know the answer in the job interview? Or let me know if you get the call back in your job interview. If you don't know the answer to the question they ask you. You're not going to be, you're going to be gone. All right, well, thank you, Mr. So-and-so. Thank you, Miss So-and-so. You'll be hearing from us later. Probably not, though. I don't really know who Scott Croker is. I think he did screw LL Snap over, though. He ran Bellator. Let me hear this guy's opinion real fast.
What's going on, Fight Society channel members? In this week's, we're essentially clear cut the #2 promotion in the world. They were the only ones that were really able to pay anybody like 6 figures or more for a fight, even though if it was some of their biggest stars like Michael Chandler making 150, 200K, they were still able to pay big, meaningful, life-changing money if it's like your full-time job as a fighter compared to every other promotion that can offer big checks but go out of business after 2 or 3 shows, essentially. So Bellator was the #2 promotion. They got bought out by PFL. PFL essentially killed off the brand for no reason. The whole acquisition of Bellator by PFL was fumbled so badly. Like UFC, when they bought Strikeforce from Scott Coker, everything was great, you know? They bring in a bunch of new stars. Ronda Rousey becomes the biggest thing until Conor McGregor. And then with Bellator, it gets sold off to PFL. And they do that whole Bellator Champion Series. They tried to run the brands.
So he bought Strikeforce. How much was Strikeforce sold for? Let's see. You know, the AI on Google's been terrible. $40 million in 2011. What is $40 million now? Equivalent of almost $60 million. So he's spending the money he got from back then on this now. All right, so I think that's basically it. Was there anything else I wanted to say? Everybody's busy right now. Let me see. So we'll keep you up to date on the Lucas Leitch stuff. I think there was something else I wanted to say. We saw the guy on the flight. Yeah, we already saw all that.
Yes! It's right there.
Chill out, bro.
Put it on.
Who else was on the thumbnail? I have no idea. The thumb. We saw the thumb.
Yes!
We saw the guy on the plane. We saw Tex Johnson.
You got to turn around.
He's strapped.
We saw everybody.
He's right to that. Okay, we'll just put it in the front again. Okay, we'll just put it in the front again. Let's just see.
That man had a terrible day. He had a terrible day. I'll probably, as soon as I click stop streaming, I'll probably remember what I was supposed to do. That guy is a black belt from Chicago. He's from Ohio. He lives in Chicago. All right. Let's get him. Can we get him on UFC BJJ or something? Put that man on there. Screw the influencers. Let's get a real person on there. Put him on Polaris or something. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said I saw him at the grocery store. He need to use that to become famous. He probably don't care though. Well, you know, if you're gonna wear a jiu-jitsu t-shirt in public, you better be prepared for stuff like that. Now, Sarah, you don't need to wear any jiu-jitsu t-shirts. And don't wear your Alec News Network t-shirt out. Yeah. You be representing us. Sarah be representing us. All right, y'all. That's it, man. I don't think I got anything else for you. I'm trying to set up something for maybe this week or weekend. We'll see. Shout out to all the supporters. I do got my charity's looking for money, so we gotta put some money up eventually. I might put maybe some kind of link or QR code so we can we might put a QR code or something so we can donate some money. Cause we gotta get the kids outside, man. Get them out of trouble and outside. All right, that's it for me, man. I ain't got nothing else for you people. You wear the open mat. Don't wear it if you're doing ecological training though. Don't do that to me. If you're training ecological, don't wear any Alec News stuff when you're doing that. Out of respect. All right, y'all. I'm out of here, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We should be good Thursday, Friday. We'll see. We'll see about Friday. Later.
It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha! Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha! Live streaming every week. We got